managers. Manchester City had 14 different managers, all in the time that Sir Alex was at Manchester United. Really incredible.
It's amazing. I mean, you talk about continuity, and that's what Manchester United want, and that's what they look at. And I think the manager's always mentioning longevity. You know, recently when he signs players, he wants them to be there for a long time, and the majority of the times. He could not give up the chance to sign Robin van Persie, and maybe you would say, well, you're not going to get much longevity out of Robin, but he's still got a good few, four or 5 years yet. But he just signs players and he works for the team, and that's what he's instilled into everybody at the football club.
And he bought some expensive players like Van Persie, but he also got some cracking bargains. Peter Schmeichel, I think, was about £100,000.
Well, he's had some great buys. I mean, one of my ex-colleagues, I work with him now at the football club on match days, Dennis Irwin. You know, he has said that he was probably pound for pound one of his best buys ever, and I wouldn't disagree with that. But he has got some bargains. He's had to pay money for one or two, but I think they've always come off, really. He's not made many mistakes in people that he's signed, and I think that's the sign of a great manager and a great staff behind him, and I think that would be one of the first things that he would say. He's had such a brilliant staff that has helped him out through these 26, 27 years. You need that solidarity behind you, and I'm sure that he'd be the first to congratulate those as well that have been with him for so long.
Are you at all worried that David Moyes may not be able to fill those enormous shoes?
No, not really. I think they are enormous boots, and you know, I'm sure David has so many emotions going through his body at the minute. He's got to get Everton to their final game. He'll have elation, he'll have trepidation, he'll be worried, he'll be probably feeling sick, he might not be sleeping, but I bet he can't wait to go and fill those boots. And let's you know, not make any bones about it. The person that comes in at Everton have got big boots to fill because he's done so well there. And so it's going to be interesting times because it's a brand new era. Obviously, the manager's going. David Gill is going at the end of the season as well. So there's a new era there with a manager and a new chief executive coming in. And obviously, one of the players that's on that coach at the moment, Paul Scholes, is retiring as well. It's exciting times. I think that, you know, everybody will open arms to David Moyes, and let's hope that he does well. He's got to hit the ground running. He's got a big problem to solve as soon as he comes in, which is the Wayne Rooney saga at the minute. So he knows the player. He's got that to come to. Will he be relishing that? Maybe not. But that's what comes with the job at Manchester United. Big problems, little problems. You've got to set to them all.
And do you think part of the reason that people are so emotional, perhaps, about Sir Alex leaving is that he does recall, you know, the great managers of the past, people like Bill Shankly and so on, who have become legends in the game, and really Sir Alex is a living legend in a sense. You know, to be there, to see a stand named after you at your stadium, to see a statue outside Old Trafford, it must be extraordinary, really.
Well, you don't like to say it, but normally stands get named after people who have passed away, sadly. The manager has got his own stand. He's got his statue outside of that stand as well, which is very, very well deserved. I think it is. He is a living legend. As I said earlier, that he is the best football manager I think the world has ever seen. He's the most successful. He's managed to stay at one club, as we said, for 27 years, which is unprecedented in itself anyway in modern day football. He's just a magnificent man, and I do wish him the best in his retirement. I'm sure he will be at every single game, if not most of them. And let's hope that he can enjoy watching it. He said that he's not really enjoyed football for 27 years. I'm sure he'll be able to enjoy 1 or 2 games now when he comes to Old Trafford, just watching it as a, well, not as an ordinary fan, but more as a football fan.
Andy Ritchie, do stay with us, but for the moment, thank you. Andy Ritchie, former Manchester United player. I'm also joined here in Manchester City Centre tonight, where we're just waiting for the bus to get to where we are, which is the Town Hall in Albert Square. I'm joined by Mark Ogden of the Daily Telegraph, who broke the news that Sir Alex was retiring after 26 years at the age of 71. Mark, I'm just wondering, in what senses do you think the club might change a little bit now that Sir Alex has gone? I mean, obviously the team will evolve under David Moyes, but will other things at the club perhaps change, the way things are done? Because so much of that is in Sir Alex's image, isn't it? The scouting network, the medical, the sports science team, the training facilities.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think because he's been there for so long, I think he controls every aspect of the club. I think the commercial side of the club, you know, off the field, everything is done on Sir Alex's say-so. And I think, you know, with Sir Alex gone, I think that the club is such a big entity commercially across the world that, you know, I think that commercial side will now grow, and I think David Moyes may have a challenge on his hands to try and make sure that doesn't become an overbearing issue. You know, that the club sells its shirts and its name in every corner of the globe. They must have 50 different sponsorship agreements all over the world, and there's a danger that the commercial side could become a monster, really. So I think that's Sir Alex had the control of that. David Moyes maybe less so. So I guess that his first job is to make sure the team is the issue, but he doesn't want the commercial side to creep into it too much, whereby the players are being dragged here, there and everywhere for photos, shoots and advertising deals when he should be on the training pitch.
And just looking back at Sir Alex's record, of course, extraordinary, as we've been saying, those 13 Premier League trophies. But if there's any disappointment, would it be the fact that he could only get, well, I say only, but 2 European Cups, that he would have wanted more?
I think that's definitely the key. I think you know, Bob Paisley at Liverpool won 3 European Cups, and that's one thing that Sir Alex was always determined to do. You know, if he'd have done that, then there would have been no argument as to his standing in the game. But Paisley won 3 European Cups in 8 years. Sir Alex has won 2 European Cups in 26 years, and that will always be kind of, you know, held against him in a way. They've lost 2 finals to Barcelona. I mean, a really, really great Barcelona team, and that's been their misfortune. That they've got to play 2 games against one of the best club side in the world. You know, the world's ever seen. So, and I think, yeah, at least one more would have been, I think, what he would have expected. But you know, I think 38 trophies all told is not a bad return in 27 years.
Now, you must have been to lots of Alex Ferguson press conferences. What are your personal memories of him?
I mean, the memories are, I remember one occasion where he sent a few tape recorders flying one morning when we were asking about Wayne Rooney. You know, Wayne Rooney had been banned by the FA for pushing a Bolton player in the face, and Sir Alex felt that the media had led to that ban by reporting the incident, and he became quite angry about it, a bit of colourful language, and he slammed his fist on the desk, and the tape recorders went flying and hit the wall, and it was a case of ducking out of the way to avoid being hit by it. But on the other occasions, you turn up at press conferences and he's got some fantastic quotes. You know, he's told some great stories, and you just know that you'll never come away from a press conference with Sir Alex Ferguson wondering what you're going to write. There's always something to write with Sir Alex Ferguson.
And David Moyes, how do you see him as a successor to Alex Ferguson? Can he fill those enormous boots?
Well, I think it is pretty much the impossible job. David Moyes he's a strong character himself. He's a steely character. You know, he's got the same kind of Glaswegian background as Ferguson, and he will be his own man. He won't be pushed into a corner by anybody else, and he will want to do it his own way. But you're right. You know, they are such big shoes to follow. You know, Jose Mourinho has been spoken about as a successful. Even Mourinho would have struggled to fill the boots left by Sir Alex Ferguson. David Moyes is a tough guy, strong manager, and I think, you know, if David Moyes is given a chance, he can set a new way for young British managers. You know, British managers tend to get overlooked these days by the big clubs. You know, Chelsea rarely get an English manager. Arsenal won't do. But Man United have made a statement by saying we want to go with British managers. And I think that, you know, David Moyes could set a new trend.
Do you think there was ever any chance that the club might have gone for a Jose Mourinho or another European manager?
Well, it was always, I think people like Guardiola may have been a contender if he hadn't gone to Bayern Munich. I just think Mourinho, the way that Mourinho works is to, you know, he comes into a club, he'll build a club quickly, sometimes with money, but he doesn't have a track record of bringing young players through. And I think that's United's thing. They really want to generate their own team by their own players. And you know, Mourinho's ethos it clashes with that really. I think United didn't want to be placed in 4 years with an old team with no young players, and Moyes will be different to that.
Let's just bring in Ian Sterling of the Independent Manchester United Supporters Association, who's also here in Manchester, of course, as you would expect. Ian, just give us your thoughts as you watch this incredible parade tonight. Not just a thank you to the team, but a thank you very much to Sir Alex Ferguson.
All right, cheers.
Ian Sterling, can you hear me? Yeah, hi, Ian Sterling. Just give us your thoughts. You're on BBC News as we're watching the open-top bus parade of Manchester United through the city. Just give us your thoughts tonight.
Well, you know, it's a fantastic time. It's a fantastic time to be here in Manchester and celebrating with the people here on the streets. It's a beautiful night as well. Nice and clear. The weather's clear for us, and it's just great to all feel as one on the streets all together and celebrating the fantastic success of the club, and to give Alex Ferguson the fitting send-off he deserves as well.
Now, Ian, you're on the route. I think the bus hasn't quite got to you yet. Is there a sense of anticipation where you are?
Oh yeah, I mean it's the corner where we are. We're just off Deansgate and Lloyd Street, and it's 200 deep as you go onto the corner there, and it's a really good atmosphere. There's people all out of the windows as we go along. There's people all up on the roof and all on the window ledges as we look around as well. And there's a celebratory atmosphere as well. It's a fantastic thing. Well, you know, 20 titles is a fantastic achievement, and all the people are out here really to give Alex Ferguson the send-off that he really truly does deserve.
Let me ask you a question I was asking a little bit earlier on. Do Manchester United fans ever get bored of winning things, and do they ever get tempted not to come out and watch an open-top bus parade like this because there have been so many? Or is this one different because it's goodbye to Sir Alex?
No, I mean, obviously that adds an extra dimension to it with Sir Alex going as well. But listen, reaching 20 is a massive, massive milestone for us. It puts Liverpool well in our shadow. We're 17 in front of City. They're never ever going to see daylight between us. You know, we're always going to be well in front of them. So United fans, young and old, these new generations who come through, who weren't here the first time that we won it after the 26 years, and they're joining in with them. I've got my daughter here today, and this is her first parade, so she'll carry on the traditions in the years to come as well, and she'll be bringing her kids.
Now, Ian Sterling, let me just ask you another question, which is, you know, Alex Ferguson took a few years to start winning things, 3 years. If David Moyes hasn't won anything in 3 or 4 years, will you give him time, which is what Sir Alex Ferguson was really suggesting that you should do yesterday? Will you give him your support if there are some lean years at the beginning?
Yeah, most definitely. He'll have the support of all United fans. There seems to be, you know, a seamless transition almost. With Ferguson giving Moyes his blessing, it's almost as if he was handpicked and has been nurtured along the way. And I think United fans, we're a savvy lot, you know, we're intelligent bunch of United fans. We can see what's going on, and I think we're going to give Moyes our support. We can't see any reason why he won't be successful. It's a different time as when Sir Alex took over. Sir Alex has really built a fantastic club and a fantastic dynasty there, and it's a matter of David Moyes coming in, taking over the reins, having the support of Alex Ferguson's back team, you know, all the people around him supporting him. It's a different time now, and I can only see David Moyes coming on, taking over the reins and being successful. I don't think we're really going to be going through that period of time, you know, of major rebuilding. It's already in place for David, and he knows what he has to do, and he's got to hit the ground running as well. You know, first appearance is going to be at Wembley for the Charity Shield with Wigan, and what a fantastic day that'll be as well. And obviously he's got the league, he's ending it as Premier League champion, and then the Champions League to look forward to as well. So we'll be well prepared, he'll know what's coming, and he'll know what kind of fans we are, and he'll know he will have our full support.